Hi and welcome to my little channel. Today I will show you how I will make a bandsaw circle jig in a little other way than you normally see on the YouTube channels. On YouTube I have seen other people use a board or sled like this, and then they have a little pointer where you turn the piece of wood round so it will get round. I want to turn this little piece round to a ball blank like this, so I can end up with this turned on my wood lathe later. I know it's normally also possible to do it, turn it round on the lathe, but it is easier if it is round from the beginning. So here I start in Fusion 360 and I make a couple of components I need for the jig. I still use my old 3D printer. It's a Chinese printer and it has actually been printing for 8 years now using the same nozzle. It's a little amazing actually. It still works fine and it still is precise enough for what I want to use it for. This is the main holder you see here printed, and here you can see the different parts. The main holder, as I call it, the holder for the rod where you have the pointer. So it actually consists of these 4 pieces here. What is actually good is that you can actually print thread directly with the 3D printer, so I don't have to put any brushings or something with a thread inside before I can thread the bolting. So when I was printing, I printed this as well, and the reason is that I have a dust collection port here on the bandsaw, and I want to collect the sawdust, so I used my DeWalt vacuum to suck out the dust from the bandsaw. So this is how actually it is going to be put together. So you have the main holder, and then you can call it the rod holder or the holder where you have the point. In the first place, I just want to put it together to see if it actually fits, and if I have measured correct. You can see the line here should actually be in the center of the pointer and it should be in the front of the blade, and it seems to be okay. So, and this rod here is actually from my router. It's a piece of equipment and it came with a little screw in the end, and this screw I just screw out. And then I could just cut a piece of another bolt, and then after a while I actually succeeded to put these 2 things together, and then it was time to make the point. Okay, so this is the result. I think it was okay. So now I try to put it together again. I will still see if the point is still on the line at the board. And as you can see, it's actually pretty okay. Follows still the line. And I do have different adjustment possibilities here. I can adjust the main holder, I can also adjust the point holder. So the whole idea here is that I can go and adjust the rod with the point where I want it for the radius of the circle I want to do, and then I can lock it down and then when it's locked down it should actually be pretty stable, as you can see here. So the next thing I was going to do is actually to test, and I found a piece of plywood, and I'm sorry for my arm here, it's a little obstructive, but I still think you can get the idea what is going on. So I try to eyeball this, so I first just cut to almost the center of the board, and then I lower the pointer, and then I find my little hammer, and then I hammer it down so the pointer is going into the wood, and then I lock it up. I still use a wrench here, it's a little annoying, I will do some knots later. For now it's just for the purpose of testing, see if it works and it gets round. So after a while it succeeded to go all the way around, and then I just lifted up the pointer again. And here you see the result. It actually looks pretty okay. To find out if it was round, I use my compass tool here to make a line just beside the edge, and when you look at it here it actually looks okay, so it seems to be round. At least I think I'm very satisfied with the result. And only a small dot in the middle. So the next step, as you also can see, is very simple and fast to dismantle. It does not take long, but still I use a wrench, and again I think I will try to make some knots for these bolts. So you can see the two bolts here. I'll create some knots, and I found a piece of wood, a piece of oak of course. So I start doing a circle with about 40 millimeters in diameter and mark it up. And you people probably know how to make these knobs. So you use a Forstner bit, and in this case I use a 20 millimeter bit, and then I'll just use the, you can call it, four corners here. So I will start up marking where to drill, and the next step is of course the drilling, and yeah, you'll probably also see how to drill the Forstner bit, so I'll just speed a little up. So when you have the four holes, I also drilled a little hole in the middle where the head of the bolt should be placed. And then to get the knob itself, I use a cut drill. It's very easy. And here you have the result. It needs some sanding, and I need to make one more. And after making two and glue the bolts into the knobs, I think the design is pretty okay, and now I don't need the wrench anymore. And it seems to fit very well, so that's good. Okay, next step. Now I want to try my big ball blank here, and Again, I eyeball the just beside the edge to come to the middle, and here you can see I have kind of making a mark, so I'm a little more sure that I will hit the center. And I have already made a dot, or you can say a mark in the piece of wood here, so I know where to put the pointer. And then I lock it up, and then it's just to go around. At this time here I felt that it was not that good. I came all the way around, but it was like there was some resistance, and as you can see it's not quite round. So later I figured out that this ball bearing here was not adjusted correct, so the blade could flex a little. I adjusted the blade guide and tried one more ball blank, and it went much better. And as you can see, it's very easy to dismantle and take off the bandsaw again. So, well, I'm pretty okay with the result. So, thank you for watching and have a nice day.